points. Here comes question 6 for 600 points. A dodecahedron, which is pictured in gray there, is a regular solid whose faces are 12 congruent regular pentagons. So each one of those faces you see is a pentagon. Moving along the edges of a dodecahedron, compute the number of shortest paths between the top vertex, in red, and the vertex that is opposite it when viewed as a 3D solid. So that's the one in the bottom in red. And then it might be kind of hard to trace the 3D figure, so we made a two-dimensional graph of it, almost like the graphs that Professor Hutchison was talking about, and it might be easier to trace it on that diagram there. Don't walk up to the screen and trace it, but it'll be easier to visualize it there. So everyone understand the question? And again, the red dots in the two-dimensional diagram correspond to the ones in the three-dimensional figure. So it's worth 600 points. The choices are 5. It's important to have the choices up there. 5, 6, 7, and 8. And that's the number of shortest paths between the top vertex and the bottom, opposite. And it's worth, as I said, it's worth 600 points, and you have 60 seconds. And we'll see if there was 6 shortest paths of length 5. It was. So 2 people got that right. So.
Thank you.
There you go. Good. That's always good to say thank you. And who else got that one right? Oh, nice going, Jacob. And so you saw the same paths that Mr. Breeden did?
Yes.
All right. Okay, good. And I think that was them. So now we'll see what the score is after question 6. So that puts Jacob in first place, alone with 1,600. Kyle was right behind with 1,300, and Sis and Matthew tied at 1,000. So it's still a very tight game, and it's still the 700-point question and the 800-point question. So lots of things can happen. And 3 of you still have your help. Here comes question 7. We're going to list the following in increasing order. P is the sum from 1 to 100. Q is 100 choose 2. And R is the sum of the first 10 cubes, positive integer cubes, 1 cube plus 2 cubed up to 10 cubed. So is, in increasing order, is it PQR, QRP, RPQ, or RQP? All right, so it's worth 700 points, and you have a minute for this one. So we'll see how the sum of the cubes relates to those other 2 numbers. It was RQP. Your guess was right. As Kyle said, guessing is good. And so we'll see what that does to the score. Now. Matthew right behind with 1,700. Kyle with 1,300, and Sis with 100, or 1,000, excuse me. 100, not so good. So it's still very tight, and it looks like it'll come down to this last question. Jacob's used his help. Matthew and Sis you still have the help available.